Are millennials doomed? What do you think?
Wow, big question. Is the world doomed?
Alright, Julian, so are millennials really financially doomed, or are we just having way too much Starbucks?
Before we go on to this question,
Yeah.
I'd like to find out what made you ask this question. Do you feel that you're living in an environment of doom?
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, I'll tell you why though. I've had the privilege, I guess, to earn at different levels within the last couple of years, because I've actually moved from one company to the other, and we'll talk a little bit about that next time. But it felt very different when I was at my starting stage and I had my first job. It was really difficult. There was no way I was gonna be able to own my own car. There was no way I'm gonna be able to own my own house because of the starting salary that they gave me. I think it was within 2,000 to 3,000, right?
Yeah.
So you get that gauge, and it's really difficult to be able to even feed myself, more so a girlfriend. So I didn't have a girlfriend back then, but my wife is behind the camera now, so we're doing okay. That's the reason why I asked. It's only recently that I found myself being able, because of a lot of hard work and also the structure that my company has set up, it's only recently that I found myself being able to afford a car or at least a house. I talk to a lot of my friends and they go like, how do you even do it? They ask me, how do I do it? I say, to be honest with you, it's just, I feel secure enough to be able to afford these things and still feed myself and my wife.
Right.
But they seem to not be able to do that.
Yeah.
And I think that's where my question is coming from.
So don't send Dexter any hate mail after this. For those who are earning 1,500 ringgit a month and we could only afford.
I've been there.
I'm just gonna chicken my way out of that question and just say, again, every time, you know that Charles Dickens book, A Tale of Two Cities? It starts with, it was the best of times,
Okay.
it was the worst of times, right? So I guess people can take any point in history and tell themselves that we are doomed. But at the same time, they can also say, oh, times are great. At that point when the United States stock market crashed in 1929, I think that was the last time when we had a real depression. That was the Great Depression. People were very pessimistic, but at the same time, they were seeing the early days of radio, and people were very excited.
Okay.
Like, radio is going to change the world. And look at where we are today, right? There's a lot to be afraid about. I think there is a retirement crisis at our doorstep. There is unprecedented inequality. The environment is going to crap out on us sometime soon. Well, Donald Trump says no. But at the same time, there is also, I think that there is that feeling that we are also on the cusp of something, like not the radio, but this thing called the internet, right? It's been around for 20 years, but it's still shaping our lives in very different ways. This is kind of a chicken answer because I'm not saying yes or no, but I know where you're coming from, and I agree with you on all those issues that you had.
Almost every millennial that I come across, like my friends, and they all...
You're a nice guy. They like you.
I think so. I hope so. But I would think that everyone that comes across, it's safe to say that everyone just thinks that they are broke. Would it help if we are able to save more? Could we still leave our door, go to a Starbucks, get our coffee, go to work a 9 to 5, and still be able to save enough to be able to afford a coffee? Is there a way that we could do that?
Yeah, I think you hit it on the nail when you asked the question at the end. Can we earn enough to save enough, right? Because how much you can save really depends on how much you're earning. I mean, spending is one whole ball game, different ball game altogether. But in the first place, you got to earn enough to save, to be able to save. So the first question is really how you can put yourself out there to earn enough money so that you can save enough money. In that sense, you can be both pessimistic and optimistic. Pessimistic because I think there are really not a lot of jobs to go around these days. In Malaysia, and as well as I hear the rest of the world, a lot of people are not getting the jobs that they like. They have to go work in a McDonald's or something like that, just to make a living, right? But on the other hand, there is this gig economy that is a new way of working.
Okay.
Right.
Tell us more about that. I
So
wanna know.
people can just do what fulfills them and what they're really good at.
Okay.
And sell the services to corporations who need. So you got to write down a list of what you think you're good at. I'm sure your wife has done that.
Yeah.
Again, because you know we talked about JQ in the last
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
She's one fine example who did that, who took that leap,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I think the employment structure is changing. And, I don't know where this would go really. I don't have the answers.
Yeah.
But I think that people would view employment as a very, very different thing down in the future, 5-10 years into the future. You know, they would be thinking a lot more about how to make best use of their time and how to earn the most money out of that.
Okay. What you're saying is that do what you love, right? And
Try to earn some money out of
Out
that.
of it.
Maybe in the short term, you might not have the luxury of only doing things that you love. Maybe
Okay.
you got to just work to make ends meet or earn some money. Maybe you should sell your soul to the devil for once, right? Make enough money.
try that.
or just cover the expenses. You know, be an Uber driver or something, which gives you, or Grab, which gives you the flexibility to really plan your life and see how you can make that work. You know,
Okay.
do something to sell your services or sell your stuff to make that work. But the other part, you know, one is the income, how you can earn money. The other part is also the spending. And I think going back to the internet, is really changing our lives in extremely radical ways. So you ask the question of how you can have enough money to afford a house and a car,
Yeah.
right? Those things are passé. You really don't need to own a house today. Seriously, you don't. You don't need to own a car because what you need is transportation. Right?
Yeah.
The ideas are changing. The reasons for owning a car used to be that you can't live without one, but today
Yeah.
you can live without one because you're being offered transportation.
Yes.
You're being offered transportation in radically different ways.
Uber, Grab,
Grab,
O-Bike.
MRT. I tried O-Bike for the
You
first
did?
time the
You
other
tried
day.
O-Bike?
It's fantastic.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was free.
Yeah. Oh, okay,
Because
okay.
I just rode the bike for like 13 minutes
Okay.
and I wasn't charged for it. It
Wow.
was fantastic. So
Okay.
it's a great last mile option for me to get from where I was to the MRT station.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I love it.
Wow, that's really interesting. So what we're saying in all of this is that yes, it's also about how much you earn, but do look at alternatives. Keep your eyes open, right? At possibilities of how you can save more rather than having to buy a car and get like really slammed down on that, or getting
Don't buy a car. Forget about a car.
Don't buy a car. Forget about car. Shit,
Seriously.
I haven't bought a car. Could have told me that like a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
You know?
well, you bought it a few years ago. That's fine. You're forgiven. I think you can be very creative to get you around without actually getting a car.
Like, you know, hitch a ride, call a friend, get an Uber, share.
Exactly.
Uber share,
Exactly.
no, Grab share, Uber share, Grab.
Doing a lot of advertisements here. These companies should pay us some money. Hey, Dexter, the other thing that I guess the millennials or people like yourselves, they're growing up. Hopefully they're growing up.
I
right?
hope so.
You're growing up. You're growing up.
Yay.
And perhaps that gives a chance to be optimistic about what the world is going to be in the future.
Okay.
Because right now, the people that are governing us, the politicians, all right, I'm not just talking about Malaysia, everywhere else in the world, right? They're not doing a good job, right?
Yeah.
They're screwing up the environment, they are causing a lot of unhappiness in many parts of the world, inequality, things like that.
Inequality in terms of income.
Yeah, I mean the rich are getting richer, right?
Yeah.
Really, who rules the world? And this may sound like I'm a conspiracy theorist, right? You know, is the 1% of the 1% who rule the world is a form of plutocracy. We all realize this, and more so with the millennials than people of the older generation.
Right.
And therefore, sometime down the road, there would have to be a kind of structural change, a kind of change in the political economy.
Okay.
Right? It can't go on like this. Otherwise, there would be no earth to live in. Otherwise, there aren't enough jobs to go around, which is why a lot of people don't have enough money.
Okay.
I mean, if there are no jobs, who is there to give us employment, right? And worse still, if the robots are going to take over the world, where are we going to get our jobs, right?
Yeah, we're hearing about that, right? Robots are like taking over the world and stuff.
I think sometimes when you are in your 40s or 50s and you become a politician, right? People like you possibly would maybe, I hope, make a change in terms of how we do things.
So that's the light at the end of the tunnel, isn't it?
I think so. I hope it's more than the light at the end of the tunnel. I hope it's real change.
Yeah. On that note, thank you guys so much for watching, and yes, do check out Julian's website. We'll be putting it down here, verylongrun.com. I think seriously, if you guys want to learn a thing or two about the financial world and actually just how to live life, right? Pretty much. And thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!
Don't forget to like and subscribe.